Over the Hedge 2. So one day, I was walking around Walmart, and I eyed upon one beautiful sight. It was Over the Hedge 2, a sequel to my absolute favourite movie. Wow, that's someone who actually considers Over the Hedge his favourite movie. I mean, sure, it was a good movie, I liked it, but was it really one of the best? I grabbed the only copy before anyone else could. The case was red, and there was a tear in both Vern's eyes, which I didn't notice until I got home. You didn't notice till you got home? That's just a stupid excuse for saying, I bought it anyway because I was stupid. I zipped to the cashier and put it on the conveyor belt as fast as I could because the store was about to close. I'm imagining it very cartoony, like Jim Carrey-like. And it came up as $0. Well, I guess it's free. On sale, I guess? Seriously, why would this satanic thing be on sale? And believe me, this is a possessed DVD. I didn't read enough creepypastas to avoid this trick, so I showing awareness of creepypastas shows that this is not real. This is just... Okay, I'm calm now. Don't want to overreact like I did the previous times. When I got home, I scurried to the DVD player and looked at the case. I noticed the red cut in both of Vern's eyes as he was smiling and giving 2 thumbs up. The fact that Heather was missing from the cover and RJ's eyes were angered. Why don't you take a look at the cover and see if it looks that convincing? Oh wow, this is definitely real. This is definitely not photoshopped. It more makes me laugh looking at that. I mean, this is just silly. I was guessing that someone accidentally torn the cover and DreamWorks Animation couldn't put Heather in for whatever reason. But I was still suspicious of RJ's eyes. I was still suspicious about the fact that they're the only edits in this that weren't done in MS Paint. When I popped in the disc, there were no commercials, but instead a black screen with the Jiggers theme playing for 2 minutes. And then it went to the title screen, which nearly gave me a heart attack. Whoa, that must have been a very sudden title screen. It was the same title screen, but all the bags were torn open, the glasses cracked, all of the price tags were $6.66. I get it. 666. Scary. Actually, no, it's not. The bee was lying down, dead, with a butcher knife in its belly. I was expecting a B-movie reference there. Makes sense because it is a creepypasta of a DreamWorks production. The Shrek the Third trailer bag had Slender Man on it, because that's obvious, because Slender Man is obviously more entertaining than that movie, no matter how nostalgic it was. The music was remixed in G major. I'd guess it was a YouTube edit if I heard that in the movie. I just think it was a pirated copy edited by a YouTube poop user. The Hammy's Boomerang Adventure bag didn't had Hammy on it, and no text either. And when the truck drove by, you could hear the truck's noise. Then a screeching, a girl screaming, and then a crash. I admit that would be pretty creepy. I chose to start the movie Then there was the old DreamWorks animation opening, even though I saw no DreamWorks animation logo on the case. Then, how is it up there? Again, I'll show you. Seriously, you didn't even edit out the DreamWorks label there? But I paused the movie, looked at the case, and saw a normal back, but due to the bloodstain making the words, help me! I was too weak to stop it! Please don't pop in the disc! I only saw the cast was back in a no. My god, that screaming message, that's just an attempt to copy Sonic.exe. That one wasn't even good. I expected this to be a sick joke, and someone hacked the title screen. I was wrong. Really? I'm so surprised that you were wrong. As I heard the clicking of the coins and the buttons, I saw the vending machine with Heather's head in the first slot. That was just random. The price tag said, "You're dead, little girl," which I hoped referred to Heather, because I wasn't a little girl, and I was nowhere near little. That is just stupid! And I got stuck before falling, and RJ yelled, "No! That fresh meat was just..." as he banged the machine and continued, "Sitting right there!" And everything after that was normal until he saw Vincent's cave. RJ said, "Vincent, bad idea," as normal, but I heard in a demonic voice,
"I control over you. You cannot make your own choice."
RJ, crying, went up near Vincent's cave. That part when he hit the "Do not feed the bear" sign, he looked up and I just saw some red legs. And I heard RJ screaming, and some biting, and some evil laughter. Me scared out my skull. I reversed to see what killed RJ, and it was a red demon with a key. I expected it to be RJ's captor. That's just really... Also, so yeah, it's starting off like the original movie. I'm guessing this is just more of a director's cut creepypasta. I mean, a sequel creepypasta actually does sound like a good idea, but this is already sounding like just a director's cut creepypasta, except it's just marketed as a sequel in the title. It's just like the Star Wars franchise in the sequel trilogy. It's marketed as a sequel, but it's more of a remake. Next was the bark scene, which was normal, but when Lou gave Bucky, Spike, and Willow the bark, they rejected it as usual, but said nothing. When Vern brought the sticks to the log, he grabbed some bark, but it wasn't bark. It was instead a hand, still moving. That's just so random. Every time Vern took a bite, the hand stretched its fingers out. That would be perfectly normal for a Tim Burton film. By the way, I recently watched a Tim Burton film called Disney's Frankenweenie. Coincidental how I mentioned Tim Burton there. After a while, the scenes got more and more distorted. Eventually, Vern went over the hedge, and RJ was standing in front of Vern, which was strange because RJ got killed by the demon. Seriously, what was that? RJ grabbed Vern by the neck and tied him to a rocket and blasted him off into the sky. It didn't show what happened afterwards, though. RJ entered the hedge, and everyone was excited and group hugged him. But he said, "Goodbye, weaklings," and took out a chainsaw and killed all the animals besides Bucky, Spike, and Quillo, who were too short for the chainsaw. What? You can't just go too short for the chainsaw. I mean, really? That's just lazy. Eventually, the screen was blood red, and RJ appeared saying, "Whoever was foolish enough to watch this movie will go with the other fool who watched this." I got so scared that I threw the disc out the window and buried it so it would never be seen again. I also broke the case and put my Over the Hedge items in a box for 3 weeks because I was too scared of Over the Hedge because of that movie. Today I watched Over the Hedge, remembering that moment, which is why I'm posting it. I'm not going to say anything. This just speaks for itself. So, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you're looking for more creepypastas on Gosh's last episode's work here, because they are just getting stupider and stupider. And I definitely hope you enjoyed this rating. Be sure to subscribe and follow me in the links in the description. See you next video. Seriously, it's so much of a coincidence how I mentioned something being normal in a Tim Burton film, and I recently watched a Tim Burton film. Anyone get that feeling?